Hello Mzansi and welcome back to your fresh new updates. I hope you guys are good because I'm well as well. On the road to 400 subscribers, I have some fresh new updates, and on our first update, a look at Sizwe Dlomo and Vusi Sizwe latest tour. Seems Vusi has had enough of Sizwe dragging him for filth on the timeline. While hip-hop might have been fascinated by the beef between Cassper and late hip-hop legend Keenan aka Phobes, the world of English accents had the ongoing beef between Sizwe and Vusi Sizwe. A tour that started in the mid-2010s has continued into the 2020s. This is as Vusi has reignited the public back and forth with Sizwe during the latest in-depth interview with controversial podcaster Penuel the Black Pen. While the interview focused on Tembekwayo's latest utterances on apartheid being more capable than the current ruling party, what got more interesting was his sentiments on his rivalry with Sizwe. It all started with clips of his sentiments of Sizwe Dlomo from the aforementioned and shared interview was circulated on social media. Vusi suggested that it was Sizwe that fueled the social media back and forth in the attempt to trend because he was serious about alleging that Vusi copied his previous statements. He could have called, with this user that actually says, fuck Sizwe Dlomo, he hasn't proven himself beyond what he has been given. Entrepreneur, global speaker Vusi Sizwe addresses Sis on Penuel show. I saw a clip on that and it was very interesting. Anyway, Vusi then went on to suggest that his respect for Sizwe went down the drain when he started to attack his children as part of the attempt to continue using his name to trend on social media. Moreover, Vusi was adamant that Sizwe was the one who was obsessed with him and he continually chirps whenever he trends on whenever he trends on social media. Anyway, Sizwe then got wind of the interview and the clip was shared of Vusi talking smack towards him. Safe to say, Sizwe had a number of things to say. First, he denied ever speaking to Vusi's children, a fact which was proven when clips from the latest podcast and chill interview were shared. The clip showed Sizwe perpetrating the allegations that Vusi was abusive towards his wife at the time, claims that Vusi was denied and subsequently stopped speaking on as it seems that as a family. They reached a legal and mutual agreement following the divorce. And Sizwe went on to Twitter and says, "Who went after your kids, Vusi Sizwe? Everything I've said to you, I've said here in public. LOL. More importantly, why didn't you do anything about it? If someone went after my kids, I would definitely do something about it. I guess we are just different." Anyway, with the user here at the bottom that actually says, "Ed Sizwe Dlomo nangu uvusi Tembekwayo uti hey wena njanjani," which means, hey, here's Vusi Tembekwayo busy speaking smack about you. That's the easy translation I can say. With our following user says the beef between Sizwe Dlomo and Vusi Sizwe will not be dying down anytime soon, as they have bluntly stated that much they resent each other. Okay. However, what seems to confuse a lot of tweeps was when Sizwe then suggested that Vusi was doing all this for PR and podcast run due to the financial issues that he knows he is having. While the matter of Tembekwayo's finances cannot be asserted, the confusion came as Sizwe has also done podcast and chill, and that did not indicate that he was broke. Therefore, it was hard to understand the correlation with Vusi doing his own podcast run. With Sizwe again on Twitter saying, "I would, but B currently does have a house. Oh, he doesn't currently have a house. Why do you think he's moving so desperately lately? With our following one saying, replying to his user that actually saying, doing podcast means you're broke. While the level of dumbness. And he replied and says, now you being silly. No one said anything about me, about it meaning you're broke. Learn to read for context. With our following thingy by Sizwe replying to a user that says, but ubugwa MacG now, dog. That is not a fair point. That means you at MacG's podcast. And he replied and says, I don't do podcasts. Go watch both those MacG episodes. You'll understand exactly why I went there on both occasions. This shit isn't even my real life, my dude. This is why I am always laughing. It's all jokes to me. With our user here that actually says, what Sizwe means by this is that there's a reason why he went to podcast and chill with MacG, okay, to MacG's podcast, okay, on both occasions. The first time was because Mac had just started out and Sizwe wanted to help him push the numbers, and the second appearance was to help MacG control the content he was putting out. Okay, Sizwe's last tweet directed at Vusi was to poke fun at Vusi speaking in isiZulu. This is an accent and use of English he has been the site of many jokes in the past, as Sizwe suggested that he was using isiZulu to sound more relatable and humble. And this is what he said on Twitter, LOL. He does that when trying to act hard. Mina ngfuna womzulu, okay? And this person that actually says, how? Vusi and Venek. Which means it's the first time. It was also the first time hearing him speak Venek. But anyway, while Sizwe might have tagged Vusi on the most initial sentiments directed at him, it seems that Vusi is sticking to his guns to not affiliate himself with Sizwe directly. This is as he's not responded directly to Sizwe despite have been tagged in a number of tweets directed to him by Sizwe and followers. Instead, he used the fact that he was trending again to punt his own business ventures along with the interview. All he said was that the interview was 2 years in the making and that he was grateful for the chance to share his previously polarizing sentiments in his own voice, and has now announced an as possibility. Okay, and this is what he actually posted. Thank you, legend. All credit to God Penwell for persisting for more than 2 years. Anyway, guys, that's the end of that update. If you like and love what I do, please kindly smash on that like button, and if you're joining us for the first time, please smash on that subscribe button and press on the post notification bell to be notified on our next update. And feel free to go down to the comment section down below and give us your take on what you think about Sizwe and Vusi's little tour that's actually happening with them fighting. These things are just confusing, but whichever way you see it, just go down to the comment section down below and give us your take on what you think about this whole matter of Vusi Tembekwayo and Sizwe actually fighting. And it's so funny that Sizwe is actually tagging this guy and asking him questions, but he's not replying. So which means, I don't know, maybe he was doing it for PR, because you're not gonna make that much money from talking all the time. People are not gonna do that. But anyway, let's move on to our second update. Musa Khawula trolled 7-year-old Kairo. The YouTuber takes it too far, very far. Musa Khawula trended following his latest episode on his YouTube channel, The Pope of Pop Culture. In it, he speaks on Keenan Jared Forbes' album Mass Country and trolled his daughter Cairo Forbes. Musa Khawula is known for ruffling celebrity feathers with his unsavory comments on all their social media platforms. What started out as a light banter on Twitter when reporting on the hottest celebrity tea turned into a lucrative YouTube channel after his account got suspended. He has gained over 60,000 subscribers and his videos garnered garner a lot of views in just an hour. Speaking on Mess Country, Musa Khawula said Mzansi gave AKA sympathy streams and that Mess Country would not have gone gold had it been he was still alive. Mess Country is a certified gold, so I am sure everyone is celebrating. Obviously, AKA is not here. See the achievements. I'm thinking if AKA had been alive, it was gonna take 2 years for his Mess Country to reach gold, but wow. Okay, but now y'all are been listening and y'all been supporting Dead, he says. Okay. He then took to aim at Kairo, AKA's daughter, he shared with DJ Zinhle, and he says, I am hoping all the proceeds are gonna go to the fucking child, that Zinhle child, Kairo, he continues. I think that Musa Khawula is having a problem with some drug problems or something. I don't know. Everything he speaks of is just vile. Anyway, this is the second time that celebrity child Musa Khawula has trolled. He once trolled Alake Mdoda, the son of the radio personality Anele Mdoda. Alake Mdoda was nominated for a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award under the favorite African child kid influencer category. Musa Khawula was not impressed with this nomination, so he said, so anyways, we're just going to move on and talk about Anele Mdoda's son Alake, right? I don't like that fucking child, by the way, he says. Musa Khawula doesn't like anyone, and he carried on and says, so anyway, Alake is nominated for the Kids Nickelodeon Awards, whatever. I don't give a shit about the child and the mother and that fat ass mother. I am like, we're just going to move on, he continued. Musa is not the first blogger to hate on Mess Country. Slick Talk even gave it a 2 out of 10 rating. Slick Talk then took aim at Nadia Nakai's AKA's girlfriend, saying she gave a whack verse and was not even needed on the album. I hate us. But anyway, guys, let's move on to our last update. But before we can do that, if you like what I do, please kindly smash on that like button, and if you're joining us for the first time, please smash on that subscribe button and press on the post notification bell to be notified on our next updates. And feel free to go down to the comment section down below and give us your take on what you think. Do you think that Mess Country is a good album? I think that it is. I've listened to quite a number of songs, hey? Like, those tracks are so nice. Anxiety is one of them. That bonus track, which is the Army, it's one of the tracks that I like, and there's just a few tracks, man. Like, people are just hating, and I really support the fact that Mess Country has gone gold because it was quite a good masterpiece of work. I believe so. I don't know if people don't believe that, but that's their own problem. But anyway, guys, go down to the comment section down below and give us your take on what you think. Do you like Mess Country? Because I do. If you do, which songs do you like, and do you like listening to it? But anyway, guys, let's move on to our last update. Cassper puts differences aside, sends condolences to Costa's family. They had beef in the past, but I guess the beef now has been resolved because of death. Resolved anyway. Constantinos Ayonekamelinye naye tuba no clue real name and stage name Costa Titch died during his performance at Ultra Music Festival in Johannesburg this weekend. He and Cassper had not been seeing eye to eye after a little misunderstanding. However, he took to Twitter to send out condolences to his family and fans. Costa and Cassper beefed for a while after his comments about rappers abandoning SA hip-hop to pursue amapiano. I quote, SA hip-hop is uniting right now. If you jumped ship, stay there, let us fix what you broke. Respectfully, Costa wrote. Cassper then responded on Twitter saying he wants Costa to tell that to his face. I quote, apparently hip-hop don't need Cassper on your vest. They coming together and things are looking bright. Costa ibile Ariana, he's fixing what I destroyed. Azange kyatsega more lifing. I am back in SA and I can't wait to run into him so he can explain in person. It was going to be a war, but anyway, Costa then ended up pursuing amapiano and Cassper got lost love. He encouraged the other artists to do what makes them brave head and stop trying to beef with everyone. He recently also took to Twitter to send out condolences to Costa Titch, and this is what he actually wrote: RIP Costa Titch, condolences to his family and fans. Artists are dying and when you're still up and going to studio, said a troll at Cassper, putting him in his place. And he actually replied and says, and I thank God for that. Every day is a gift. I know God, and I suggest you get familiar with him too. He then got trolled for making his death about him, and with the user says, yo, Cassper, your vest was this Costa Titch? The height is similar to his, but I can't see this guy face due to low quality video. And he posted and says, yeah, it was Costa when he was still dancing for me. Costa then apologized to Cassper Nyovest for misunderstanding the statement, and he says, I quote, Nyovi, I've let you to run with your narrative for long enough now without saying anything. I have no problem with you. However, I don't appreciate how you have made the situation bigger than what it actually is. I have never said I am going to save hip-hop. I never said that hip-hop is uniting. If you jumped ship, then stay there and let us fix what you broke, he said. Almost, that's what he said on his Twitter. But anyway, what I meant by that is that you keep pushing this narrative of being on either side. I'll see hip-hop in 3 years etc. If you tell me I'm doing greatest, I'll jump on hip-hop song again with one of the new kids, and that's not right in my opinion. I feel you should have the right to do anything you wish to make both genres with a positive attitude without talking down on any genres. Also, please, let's not forget that SA hip-hop built your success in the first place. You can do any genre and still push SA music as a whole forward as you have a major influence. Guys, that's the end of those updates. If you like and love what I do, please kindly smash on that like button, and if you're joining us for the first time, please smash on that subscribe button and press on the post notification bell to be notified on our next update. And feel free to go down to the comment section down below and give us your take on what you think about Cassper and Costa's beef, man. That thing wasn't beef, it was just a misunderstanding. But anyway, RIP Costa Titch. Guys, go down to the comment section down below and give us your take on what you think about Cassper actually going and giving out condolences. Like, this thing is just happening. He had beef with AKA, he died, condolences. He had beef with Costa, he died, condolences. Guys, I don't know, hey? Cassper is going to be the last man standing, but I think when the day that comes when God remembers him, a lot of people will be shocked. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, and tell your friends that we are here. Without wasting any more of your time, I'd like to say goodbye. See you some other time.